Happy Sunday, welcome or welcome back to another video. I'm so sorry if I sound a bit nasally. I've literally been ill this entire week, but I think I'm on the way up, so hopefully I should feel good in a couple days time. So in today's video, I wanted to talk you through my everyday sort of routine to maintain consistency. I'm a huge advocate of a balance. If you follow my YouTube channel, you know I love to go out. I love to maintain a really good social life. I also feel like I know when to lock in and get my schoolwork and get on my school grind. And I genuinely think my just everyday routine is so key in keeping consistency and keeping me productive that I can always get back on track pretty easily. Initially this was going to be a vlog, but I felt so ill the entire week. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking you through my daily routine to stay consistent, have balance, and things I like to do to stay productive. So I'm going to follow this from almost morning to night. First thing is waking up early or with enough time that I'm not stressing in the morning. I usually have to leave the house at 8 AM and I like to wake up at 7 AM like minimum every single day. I know an hour might seem like a long time just to get ready for school, but in the morning if I can keep a consistent routine, it sets me up for the day so much better. Like if I'm stressing in the morning, I genuinely hate it. I always like to give myself a good 15-20 minutes to make myself some nice breakfast and just having like a calm morning routine so I'm not going into the day already stressed. I feel like definitely sets the tone for the day and helps so much. Other things I like to do in the morning is listen to the news. I feel so old, but when I'm doing my skincare or my makeup, I just have the news up on my phone, so I'm sort of keeping up with like current affairs and it's just in the background as I'm getting ready. As well as this, as I said, a consistent skincare routine I think is super important for skin hygiene and making a healthy breakfast. I know some people aren't breakfast people, but I'm definitely a breakfast person, so I like to have a good healthy breakfast every morning to set up my day. Moving on to my time management throughout the day, so I put this here because I make a to-do list every single morning, or at least the night before or the weekend before. I like to make a to-do list for my day so I know what I'm doing. Because I do go to college still, I do have quite a structured routine, but different days I have different amounts of lessons, different free study periods, and I like to plan out what I'm doing in those study periods because otherwise I will genuinely just walk out of college and go get a coffee, which I do sometimes if I know I don't have that much work to do. But planning your week ahead, planning your day ahead so that you know, okay, in this free I'm going to do this maths homework. I always do maths at school because I hate doing maths at home, so as much of my maths homework I can get done at school, I always do. And genuinely keeping a to-do list, I think I say this in like 90% of my productivity videos, helps so much. Another thing I've been doing to boost my productivity is watching Ali Abdaal's masterclass on Skillshare on productivity, and in this he talks about the core principles and fundamentals to be productive. I love Skillshare classes so much, by the way. I think they're so good, and if you want to boost your productivity, I highly recommend the Ali Abdaal one. I'll put it on the screen. But Skillshare are actually the sponsor of today's video, so thank you so much Skillshare for sponsoring. I feel like I've spoken about Skillshare so many times before, but if you haven't heard of them, Skillshare is the largest online learning community. And I know I spoke about productivity, but they have so many different classes from like illustration, graphic design, photography, music, marketing, productivity, as I said, and there's so many more. Those are just the ones off the top of my head. And Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, or passions to the next level. They have so many classes ranging from beginner to advanced, and they also have a learn by doing approach. So members can create and share a project after completing a class, and then after this they will get feedback from the community. I think 2025 is the year we make more time for creativity, more time for the things we enjoy, and whether you want to use Skillshare to boost your productivity or to learn a new hobby, you know, start your little side hustle, that's what Skillshare is here for. And the first 500 people to use the link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So get started today and let me know what class you start. The next thing I want to touch on is my study sessions, because I do count myself as like a study tuber, and I think the way that I'm able to be most productive is by being super organized with my study sessions. And one of my biggest tips is that I find myself most productive when I'm at college, when I'm already in like that study zone, study mode. So for me, I'll try to get most of my work done in my frees. I love my school library. I go to school library, I put my AirPods in, I play some like romanticizing studying playlists, some lo-fi, put your phone on do not disturb, or download like Forest or Flora, which doesn't let you on your phone when you're studying, and get your schoolwork done. Like just get it done so you can enjoy your weekend without stressing about it. Or even like in the evenings, if I can get all my homework done like in the day, then in the evenings I can spend my time doing some sport, going to the gym, working on YouTube or editing, and it's just less stress. If you're finding it really hard to get motivated, some tips I have for you is by doing just short 25-minute sessions with a 5-minute break and repeating that until you build up like a sort of endurance for studying. When I'm in like peak exam mode, I can literally go like 2-3 hours without without a study break, but when I first start like revising, I literally have to take a break like every 35-40 minutes because my brain is not used to focusing that long. Make it enjoyable, especially if you aren't at college. So say I'm at home, I try to make it as enjoyable as possible. So I set up like a nice workspace, I have a nice drink with me, and literally imagine you are Rory Gilmore. Literally imagine you are her in your TV program and you are studying. And my last tip is to film a little vlog. Like you don't even have to post it. Sometimes vlogging for you guys genuinely motivates me to revise because I'm like, I want to get the content if it's a study vlog. But you can just pretend you're doing like a little TikTok vlog and then you can delete it straight after. Get out your phone and film yourself revising, voice over what you're going to be doing today, and like make yourself the main character, you know? The next thing that I wrote down that I wanted to talk to you guys about was self-care. I'm a huge self-care person. I still wear like the stupid LED face masks some mornings. I still do myself a little cheeky face mask. I love a bath. I actually love a bath. I really like my self-care time. I really like my self-time, to be honest. And I'm like a very social person. I would 100% say I'm quite extroverted and I get a lot of energy from being around other people. I also just love being in my own space, in my own time. So when you have that time to yourself, don't just scroll on TikTok if you can help it. Don't just brain rot. Like, have a bath, read a book, do something that you really enjoy. And then I also wanted to speak to you about my evening routine. I probably think my main two staples for staying consistent is having a really consistent morning routine and evening routine, because your evening routine sets you up for bed. I think getting a good amount of sleep is so important. Like, I need 8 hours, around 7.5 to 8 hours, and I'm good. But I need my sleep, otherwise I'm so groggy and so unproductive the next day. So in my evening routine, I will have a shower and wash my face. I keep a consistent skincare routine every evening as well. I like to make myself a little chamomile tea before I go to bed. And I also do like to journal. If I'm really tired, I don't do this every night, so maybe 3 to 4 times a night, I like to journal. If there's something on my mind I want to get out. Also meditation sometimes. I actually prefer doing meditation at night than in the mornings, because in the mornings I feel like I don't have enough time and sometimes it makes me more sleepy than awake. So I like to do meditation in the evenings if I do. And finally, I think one of the most essential things in my evening routine is actually planning for the next day. I like to make myself a to-do list for the next day and mentally know what I'm going to be doing. I think having a consistent night routine like makes my body know that it's going to bed. It's like, okay, well, we've cleaned our teeth, we've done this, it's bedtime, like we know we're going to sleep. And then I think I find it so much easier to sleep as well because like my body knows what's happening. It's in such a routine. Overall in this video, I just wanted to say that you may not always be in the mood for something. Like sometimes I just don't want to do my skincare, sometimes I just don't want to do this, don't want to go to the gym. But I think just staying consistent and just following through with the plan a lot of the time really helps me stay on top of things. Obviously listen to how you feel, don't go burn yourself out, don't exhaust yourself, but being disciplined I think is really important to maintain a balance between social life and also school life. I hope this video was somewhat useful. I feel like I am just yapping. Like I genuinely think I'm just yapping. I can imagine people watching this and being like, okay, well you said nothing in this video. But I just get so many questions on how I stay productive, how I stay motivated, and I think this is all I can say. Like I genuinely think it's just a good core fundamental routine. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, honestly comment them down below. I will try to reply to as many as possible. I hope you all have an amazing week and I'll see you next time.